Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Tuesday, May 17th, 2022. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Here's a look at the ES in the daily time frame right here. You see price is actually trading beyond the previous session's high at the moment. Very strong pre-market move through those highs, but can price hold above those highs the rest of the session? That's going to be the key level to watch today. The previous session's high is 40, 43.5. And a failure to hold that level could open up the potential for another wave of weakness ahead. You'll notice right now the bearish PEMA trigger zone remains downward trending. Downward sloping PEMA trigger zone ever since it gave it up here, new lows, tested it there, new lows, a trap inside it there, new lows, and here we are again inside that bearish PEMA trigger zone. And so this bounce, however good it is, I mean, we see 4 days of higher highs and higher lows, not bad at all, but can we stay above the previous session's high from a short-term perspective? Because if not, we could turn into a bearish outside day by later on in the day. Something like this here, where price was trading above 2-day highs, gave it up, and then started to push through the previous session's low and ended up creating another wave of weakness ahead. That it would be the worst case scenario right now from a bullish perspective, to give up the previous session's high and begin to attack the previous session's midpoint and low. Overall, the market is awaiting Fed Chair Powell later on this afternoon, 1 p.m. Central Time. Fed Chair Powell speaks, and everyone's will be watching to see what is said there. There could be headline risk that leads to quite a bit of action. 4,100 is a key level. Prior support here, giving it up there, and we've bounced back toward that level today, getting within about 16 points, 17 points of that zone. A test of 4,100 from below could offer an opportunity for bears again to defend for another rotation down until proven otherwise. If price can overcome 4,100 and make it support, then we are now back inside the upper market structure here, with a shot to rotate even higher within the market structure all the way across. So 4,100 is a big time level to continue to watch. As of right now, again, keeping an eye on the previous session's high. Any failure there could suggest weakness ahead the rest of the session. If you take a look here at the NQ, this one's up a bit more than the ES, 1.7% higher today so far, but giving up the previous session's high at the moment and staying firmly within a developing 2-day narrow range. That 2-day narrow range again is likely what's going to hold here throughout much of the day, again heading into Fed Chair Powell later on this afternoon. Headline risk could get things going this afternoon and into the rest of the week. But again, if there's any failure to hold basically above the previous year's low here, you start to really work your way down, and another sell the rip within the downward trending PEMA trigger zone. The PEMA trigger zone here between the 8-period pivot-based EMA and the 21-period pivot-based EMA. And when price rotates into that zone in a downward trend, you see it sold, 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 and here we are again inside that area. And that could provide, again, another opportunity for new lows ahead until proven otherwise. As of right now, the market holding in a holding pattern ahead of Fed Chair Powell. Let's take a look here at crude oil. Crude oil here off the highs of the day, just barely here. It has reached the upper end of market structure. Very important zone here. You can see here's your 115 level right here. Kind of a little bit of overflow into 116. The bottom end of the trading range can be somewhere in about 93, 94 zone. You've had a little bit of higher lows coming into the zone and a solid rally into the upper end of the range. So this is about the spot here where we have seen price back off lately. Again, crude oil has not been a commodity to fade strength. It has been very, very bullish. But once we get into this 115, 116 zone, we have seen price back off on multiple occasions. And so again, keeping an eye on about 113, 112 half. A failure to hold that zone could begin to open up a return back down within the range as this market continues to build out within this market structure, 93, 94 up to about 115, 116. And that's the range until proven otherwise. So again, right now, very strong overall still over the last 5 to 6 days. but a failure to hold about the 113, 112 half zone could open up a bit of a rotation back toward the recent FOMC key level of 107.85. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's up 3.5% here today. You'll notice here after the strong reaction here off 25K, this thing has bounced, and that's a significant rejection there. A very, very significant rejection. It's a rejection that needed to happen in a very, very important spot for this chart. Again, if you back this thing out a bit, you'll know how important the 25K level has been. Anything between 28 and 30K has been staunchly defended. So getting this reaction again is a must for Bitcoin bulls. And after the reaction, you've seen a few days here of development that could be very bullish. Obviously, we still have a bearish downtrend intact, but a failed new low or holding the 28 on a retest here could get things going to the upside as this thing attempts to make a bit of a recovery. So right now, bulls want to keep the 28.5s intact on any retest for a shot at a continuation to the upside. Taking a look at Ether futures, this one's up 4.5% today. Very similar price action, 1700. Again, the very significant support level, 1700, very similar to the 25K level in Bitcoin. Again, if you go back in time, you'll see how significant that 1700 level has been over time. And the recent test shows a major reaction and a bounce back, and right now 400 points off those lows. And you can see again inside day development as the market awaits Fed Chair Powell later this afternoon. Overall, you'd like to see price continue to hold 1700, but for the most part not even retest that zone. Anything below 2000, 1900 here, you'd like to see bulls defend for a continuation up. Above 2200 opens up 2600 as the next key level there below, and perhaps a continuation back to that FOMC key level from May 4th at 2850. So again, that looks far off, but holding this area right here shows a good sign of support here for a shot at pushing this thing higher. All right, that is it for now. We'll see how this plays out heading into the rest of the session. Good luck, trade well, and I'll see you in the trading room. Take care.